Alright guys, we're back at the farm park in Toronto. First time this year. Been going along the slope again. I put it in 4 kilohertz just so I could squeak out any non-ferrous signals because there's so much nails around. And I find they can seek them out a little bit better. Had one was sounding like most of the junk, but looks like some sort of spoon handle or something like that, but it's really heavy and it's really bendy, so this sucker is old. We got some pewter. That is definitely a pewter handle. Very cool. And we're up by the play area and had a screaming mid-80s, and of course what you'd expect in this area. Got ourselves a set of wheels. Not sure what brand that is. Chicane something. Thailand. Huh. Very cool. Well, we're back at the bottom of that hill, and we've been finding some older 70s clads, some quarters, and had an interesting one here, and people are losing their keys too. This probably would have been the bottom of the sled hill, the school nearby. There have been lots of kids sledding here back in the day. Well, this sounded good and it was deep, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. It's like some sort of brass gasket. Yeah, she's definitely older, and when you get over this way it drops down to the school, and pretty much where that the paved school area was where the barns were back in the day. So maybe I don't know, the ground kind of drops off there, so I don't know what they did with the soil they removed from there when they graded it. It's hard to say, but yeah. Where the school is, I think they cut it down quite a bit from where the land was. I had to do a double take on this one. It was a larger coin, but it's just a token, no cash value. Looks like it says Starburst Coin Machines Inc. Huh. Very cool. Always nice to get a token. Yeah, we finally got something worth notable. We got ourselves an English bar buckle. That's very sweet. I saw the rust at first and I thought, oh, is this just a piece of iron? And then I flipped that over and wango tango, Bob's your uncle. Look at that. Yeah, it's got the little pin to it. Yeah, that's just gonna come apart probably. There we go. Whoops, there it goes. She just came right off. Yeah, that's what you call an English bar buckle. It's got that bar across the middle that comes out like that, and I wonder if it has any decoration on it. I'll have to give it a little brush up and see if it does. Oh, no fancy on it, but it's a pretty cool find though. It's probably mid 1800s, I would imagine, or maybe early to mid 1800s. Very sweet. I'm back out at the old farm park in Toronto on the second night. Had a zinc penny in this hole, but something else was in with it too. We got ourselves a foreign coin. I have no idea what that is. It says something 1994. Europa EA Republika Hrvatska. No idea what that is. 20 lipa. Very interesting. Well, at long last, we finally find a KG 6 penny out here. And it's either mostly modern pennies or large cents. I don't even know if I found a George the VI out here. We're out what would have been the field behind the house, so I don't know. Could be just a late drop too. It's hard to say. Wasn't super deep, about 4 inches or so. Well, maybe it wasn't a late drop. We had a screaming low 70s here, and that's not super deep, but that's definitely something older. That definitely looks like a makeup compact. Nothing too fancy, but it's definitely older. Well, maybe there is some fancy on it. Yeah, I kind of see a little bit of a pattern there. Oh, that's very cool. You can see vertical lines. There might be a thing. Maybe we'll brush it off a little bit and see if there's anything on it. Well, I see some sort of logo in the corner, but I can't quite make it out though. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, there's a little bit of a dot pattern in two. I have no idea. Pretty cool though. We'll have to keep focusing on this little tiny spot here. Holy crap. It's something I had to dig way, way, way down to get it. I had to keep digging. Unfortunately, I kind of took it out in pieces, but it was so big and it was so deep. And it looks like we have, I don't know, it's some sort of pan or something, but it appears to be, I thought it was zinc at first, but I think it actually is pewter. I don't know how old this is, but it's got some fancy decoration around the edge. And then I'm not sure what those holes were used for on the bottom. But that's crazy. Yeah, it definitely feels like pewter. But I don't know what it's doing way out here and why it's so deep in the ground. It's crazy. We're not too far from the edge where the row of trees around the house was, so yeah, this is crazy. Looks like it's some sort of kitchen utensil or something, but it's very, very old. Unfortunately, the rest of it took it out in pieces in there. I thought it might have been just some gutters or something like that. It seemed to just go down and down and down, but yeah, that's pretty wild. Well, we're back out at the old farm park again, and I had a screamer down here, and I pulled out a American clad quarter, but there was something else in there, and this was a bit of a surprise. This thing looks like it says, looks like a 20-gram weight. Huh, very interesting. I wonder what that was used for. I did find a grinder out here for grinding marijuana, so maybe this was used with that, with scales to confirm. I don't know. Oh, we're back behind the school where we were talking to a fellow around here, and he mentioned that there used to be an apple orchard here. He's lived here all his life, so went to the school here. But I think this is from the school era. I think that's from a piece of clothing. Oh, it says Uplands. I don't know what that is on there. It's like someone skiing or something. Oh, very cool. Fortunately, it's not silver.